Fusion GPS now, and related to this particular group also having some touch points with the Democrats.
Absolutely. And look, as outrageous as the president's statements were, that doesn't mean that he or members of his administration during the time that Donald Trump was president colluded or aided with Russia, or that the president himself or his family has benefited financially since being president from Russia. I mean, these are two very different issues. There's no question that that meddling occurred by Russia in our election. I think that's been proven as a fact. But what we are now waiting on is whether or not the president himself, members of his family, have benefited from Russia through business dealings, et cetera. And so far, there's no proof of that. And all of the tells that we have seen coming out of the Mueller investigation have indicated that there likely won't be. And so for everyone that's waiting for this massive fire to finally be lit, I'm afraid that they're going to be disappointed.
Joel, do you want to respond to that reporting?
Yeah, look, opposition research firms are going to do opposition research, so that's not really headline news to me. I think what the news is how the president and his inner circle and how the people who really matter to this president responded when, you could argue that the Russians sent out a weather balloon to figure out if the Trump inner circle team was going to be receptive to Russian interference and collusion and meddling, and they were. And that's the bottom line. That's really where the focus needs to be. I don't think it is the right focus to sit here and do the whataboutism of, what about Fusion GPS and Democrats? They're an opposition research firm. That's not really news. The news is that the president and his team did not push back on it when they had a chance to do the right thing.
And clearly had touch points across party lines is what you're underlying, I guess, there, Joel, having worked for the Clinton campaign previously. When you look at this, Tony, and I want to move on to the piece of reporting that we're getting from 4 people familiar with the investigation that Mueller is undergoing at the moment, and that is a question of Michael Flynn and potentially striking a deal or having the conversation thereof of receiving money from foreign entities to then enact certain processes, specifically a Turkish cleric, and that he be released and extradited.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They are looking into it, and I think it speaks to the broad nature of Mueller's probe right now. They were very clear from the beginning of this that they were going to go down every trail they could find, and so too were the House and Senate Intelligence Committees, which are further investigating this matter. But, all eyes are on Flynn right now and whether they can use that to flip him.
Since you are our tech guy and politics, and you were alluding to social media and its effect, and we're now looking about a week and a half later since all of that reporting came out when we had the heads of these social media platforms on the Hill. Where are we in that at the moment? Is the Hill feeling better about Silicon Valley? Is Silicon Valley feeling better about the Hill and its understanding of what it needs to know?
No one is feeling better after the hearings last week. We had 3 hearings, 2 days, 9 hours of testimony from Facebook and Google and Twitter. And really coming out of that was a lot of frustration on the part of lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans alike, who felt they didn't get the answers from these companies as to what had happened during 2016 and what they've done to harden their platforms against further abuse as we look ahead to the 2018 midterms. And Facebook took a lot of heat in particular because lawmakers like Senator Mark Warner just don't think that they've done a full accounting of what happened during 2016, that they even have a grasp of what Russia put up on their platform.
Regulation going to happen, yes or no, quickly?
Likely not, at least for now.
Okay. Tony, Rahm, thank you so much. Joel Payne, Giancarlo Parasuti, old friend, thank you all 3.